How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the More Defined podcast. I'm your host, Chatmon Jr. And today we have DeAndre Bell, whom I'll let share a little bit more about himself and what he does.
What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Drefilmm. I'm a photographer based in the Jackson, Mississippi area. I graduated from Jackson State about 2 years ago. I majored in industrial technology, computer science, and I currently work at Nissan as a system technician.
All right. So basically,
Yes,
starting off
sir.
every podcast, I'm doing this. This is a conversation as much as it is kind of like an interview or whatnot, basically. But I want to make this like a safe space and everything. So start off with a check-in, basically 1 to 10, kind of on how
Sir.
everything is going on with life, and I can share a little bit too.
Okay, for sure. Um, I feel like life. If I had to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, it'll probably be at
Mm.
a smooth nine. I really don't got no complaints for real. Like I said, everything is a journey. So I really have just been taking it every day, day by day, just trying to, master my craft and trying to get to where I'm trying to go in life. So yeah, I'll just give it a nine for right now.
Okay.
You can hear me?
For me, it's about it's about like an 8.3 ish, 8.5 almost. Everything is going perfectly fine. Life, work's going
Okay.
well. Everybody in the family, they're doing fine. My own health is good and everything. The major thing is just the podcast that I'm excited about
Yeah.
getting back into and getting on for real. And some of the other things that I've been cooking up and
Yeah.
planning that I'm looking forward to getting into later on down the road. So that's what's been on with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Hey, look, I
definitely.
went upward for real.
So this is something that I ask all my guests. At what moment did you know, or did someone tell
Okay.
you that you had the gift for the heart for your current profession?
Dang, I ain't gonna lie. That's a good question. I ain't never heard that question. That's a good question. Hmm. What could I say? What could I say? What was that moment that I just knew? I want to say back in 2019, cause that's when I had first started photography or whatnot. Because honestly, when I became a photographer, I did not think that I was going to be a photographer because I originally had got my camera for shooting YouTube
Hmm.
videos because I wanted to do YouTube videos. So I ended up going right. I ended up going to Jack State, right? And like I said, I majored in IT or whatnot. And like I said, I wanted to do YouTube. So when I had got my first refund check, I was able to buy my first camera. I started out doing YouTube, all that good stuff. And of course, I went to HBCU, so I'm walking around with a
Oh
big
yeah,
camera. People
yeah.
gonna ask me, do I take pictures or shoot videos? So I ended up, we got this thing called hotspots at my school. We had them every Friday, right? And I just went out to the hotspots and started doing videos because that's why my name on Instagram is Drefilmm. I started out doing videos. Those did really good, and then pictures came around. Started taking pictures. Like any other person, when you start out, you
Yeah.
don't know much. You just go with the flow of what you just see. So I just started doing pictures, and then what I really wanted to get into
Mm.
was grad shoots. You know what I'm saying? So somebody gave me my first opportunity. He was a well-known dude on campus. I did his pictures. Pictures went crazy, like absolutely crazy. And this happened in the fall. So when I did his pictures, that next
Yeah.
spring, which was the next grad season or whatnot, came around. I got
Mm.
a whole bunch of clientels coming in just off of grad shoots. So when I seen that, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, hold on, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I end up hitting Buddy up, that I had did his grad shoot in the fall when I tell him what just happened about all these, new people that just came to book with me or whatnot. And I was just like starstruck for, a little minute. And he was telling me, bro, you was hard. You know what I'm saying? The pictures that we took back in the fall or whatnot, we went, absolutely crazy on those or whatnot. Because when I first looked out, I knew they looked good or whatnot, but I didn't think they looked good as,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, to other people
Yep.
how I
Yep.
seen it. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of made me realize that we might be on to something. And after that, it just kept carrying on and on and on after that. So that was like the moment that I kind of realized, oh yeah, we got something
It's
here.
funny that you mentioned it. Why you actually
Yes, sir.
bought your camera or tried to get into it. The
Hmm.
first time I thought about it or not was YouTube videos myself. And so I actually did like I did like three different iterations of
Right.
them.
I
Like I
see
did
it.
some was it like junior or senior year of high school, and then like I did like another iteration like freshman year of college, and
Mm-hmm.
then like I did like another one like sophomore year of college. But then I just
Mm-hmm.
stopped. So I was like, yeah, it's a lot of work that goes into these videos for real,
You're
and
like,
I ain't trying to stay
I
committed like
might do
that.
it, I might not. Trying to find that niche for yourself. I heard that now. But look though, you got the
Oh
podcast
yeah,
now,
oh
so
yeah.
look,
I
we
mean,
on the song.
my first
Real
podcast, it
talk.
was just audio. It wasn't visual video at all. And so I started to like get into that kind of towards the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like this time around, like it's definitely like video and audio. But I'm thinking about
Mm-hmm.
kind of just getting back into like just doing other stuff because I got some new cameras too actually. So I'm trying to get into like actually more productions or whatnot when it comes to the podcast and other things. But also for YouTube,
Man,
thinking
do that.
about I don't think I ever posted one, but I'm thinking about actually like just get into like vlogs and everything. Just do it for fun, basically. Nothing too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, that's all you can do. That's what you're supposed to do. Have fun with it, man.
So was
Have fun with it.
2019 the first time that you picked up a camera, or was that a different time when you first picked up one?
Let me think. I think I done held a camera before
Mm,
then, like when I was younger, like but I didn't
yeah.
really know too much about photography. I was just playing around with it. But to say a set in stone year, it was definitely 2019 because that was the first time I done ever bought a camera for
Okay.
myself. So I ain't really have nobody to, saying
Yeah.
buy it for me like my mom and them. They couldn't buy it for me
Yeah.
because cameras cost a lot of money. So when I had the chance to buy a camera, that's what I went and did. So 2019 was definitely like the year that I
Hmm.
got,
I think
got my first camera.
it was Christmas. Was that 2018? It was Christmas of 2017 or Christmas of 2018 when I got my first one.
Hmm.
And I spent like 3/4 of the
Hmm.
money on it. My mom spent the rest on it. But yeah, so cameras are expensive.
Hmm. Now I think about it, I just had a memory come to the back of my mind. I want to say when I was younger, probably like
Mm,
when I was maybe 14, 15, I had asked for a camera for Christmas, and my mama she had got me. I just really just thought about this. My mama she had got me one of them $100 like 4K cameras out of
yeah,
Amazon or
yeah, yeah.
whatnot. And when I got that camera, I was so excited all this other stuff. But $100 camera, you know what I'm saying? When you record videos,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like very choppy and you know what I'm saying, blurry or whatnot. So it wasn't the camera I really could use to, make content with for real, but it was something definitely cool to have, that I couldn't get for myself. But that was like my first camera.
Yeah,
But really, really
2019.
got into it 2019.
Okay, so you've been working off it for 5 legit years
Yeah.
and everything now. Um,
Hmm.
from your perspective,
Yes,
what
sir.
is the unique qualities that you possess that like really stands out? Yeah.
As far as photography wise, that's a
Also
good
film
question.
wise
That's a
too,
good
if you
question.
still do
Five.
any
Um,
filming at all.
I see a little bit film,
Hmm.
but I'm mainly photography now.
Yeah.
I guess they was tied to each other, whatnot. The five qualities that I definitely can say about myself right now, it would definitely be
Mm.
um dependability. Cause me as a as
Yeah.
a business owner, cause this is a business at the end of the day, I feel like I'm very dependable. Cause me personally, I want to make sure that the client has the best experience. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm on time. I'm gonna make sure my camera equipment and stuff is up to date, ready to go. Overall, I want to make sure that the whole experience is, you know what I'm saying, very 5-star ratings. That's like I say, 5-star rating. I want them to have a good
Yeah.
rating so they can come back to me in the future. So I very say dependable. Um, let's see, another thing I could possibly say. Cause when I say dependable, dependable is dang near everything. But if I had to say another thing, um, I can say that I am
Mm.
very compromisable for people because some days it
Yeah.
might not be a good day for a customer. Like for example, they makeup
Hmm.
artists maybe pushed back their appointment. It might be raining that day. Anything that could cause an appointment to maybe need to be rescheduled. So I like that. Make sure I help out my customers by either trying to reschedule or push it back a couple hours during that day. Just in case you never know. Life just be life
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So I like to make sure that I help out all my customers on me. Third, third. I'll probably say a good quality. I like to help my customers
Mm,
pose for real. Cause when I first started out, um, getting into photography or whatnot, I was not a good poser. Like I was like hand on hip, cross the leg over, call it a day, hip, hand down. So like over time, when I start to get more comfortable with like actually learning and knowing what I'm doing, like as far as customer wise, I was, more well nowadays more able to,
mm-hmm.
direct customers in the direction that they need to, be dependent on the type of shoot as far as birthdays, graduations, maybe events, maternity shoots, anything of that nature. Just being able to pose people in
Yep,
there, because
yep.
everybody got their own personality. So I want to make sure I can really adapt to what they like and what they kind of look like in their perspective. So I want to say, I'm good at posing people. Dang, this is a very good question. You got
Hey,
me
that's
like
the
thinking, like,
point.
dang, what is some
Like
of
you
my
got to
good
give the
qualities?
people a little bit of everything. Like break
Yeah,
down the process, but also break down your mind a little
yeah.
bit too.
Um, Fourth,
Mm,
being comfortable with my customers, and what I mean by that is some
yeah,
customers are very shy. So me being able to like come to earth with them and try to open them up, making them laugh, bringing music to the shoots and stuff like that. Me just doing them little things just to make them more comfortable enough to take good pictures. So I'll say that's another great quality, because some people, not a lot of people can take
oh
good
yeah,
pictures, but
oh
if you can
yeah.
make them comfortable, the real them will come out and make the picture 10 times better for sure. And lastly, let's see. I got to make this one good one. Hopefully. Let's see, last. I want to say, what can I do to tie in all these? Ooh, this got to be a good one.
We can, we
Can we
definitely
come back to
can.
this one?
I might have to remember myself, but yeah, we can come back.
Definitely, we can come back to this one. I got questions
Actually,
for
on the last one that you said,
for
this one
sure, for
ties
sure.
into it. So from the behind the scene footage that you put out every so often, I know that that's really like
Hmm.
a big deal for you in terms of curating the
Okay.
vibes and connecting with your clients. So like, where does
Yes,
that
sir.
come from? Like, when did you start to really think about those type of
Mhm.
things?
Um, Honestly, I feel like when I started getting to like recording behind the scenes BTS and whatnot, I wanted to show me personally. I want to show people that what I'm saying, what it would be like to shoot with Drefilmm or whatnot. But at the same time, it was something that
Hmm.
was fun to me because I like to edit videos. So I like to chop up videos, put them together, make them look real nice, post them on social media, and just seeing people reactions towards them. You know what I'm saying? Just me just having fun doing what I like to do. But it was also a business aspect of that too as well, where it can show, like I said, showing what it's like to shoot with me, what the vibes would be like, what what I'm saying, what I bring to the table as a
Yeah.
photographer, for you, what I'm saying, because not a lot of people is for you, so that's why we got a plethora of other photographers, what I'm saying, that you can go look around at. But I was showing them what will Drefilmm primarily bring to you, which is a good experience. So I try to put that out there just to show people a different side of Drefilmm.
How many
Yes,
like
sir.
collaborative photo shoots have you done?
Hmm. I'm not too sure, but I have. Okay, once I first started, when I first started out doing photography, that's primarily what I did
Mm,
was collab photo shoots, because, like I said,
yeah.
nobody really knew me for real because I was new to the scene. So I just reached out to people around campus. We came together. We came up with a concept. Pick dates, locations or whatnot, and we just went and did it. And then after that, I want to say when I started to get like a tad bit more busier and bigger, what I'm saying, had a bigger name or whatnot, it kind of died down a little bit because I had to, more focus on trying to getting my client work done and stuff like that. But nowadays, I'm trying to find more of a balance of trying to do client work and what Dre Film likes to do personally. When I first started out, I was just shooting stuff that I like to shoot. Now I'm shooting things that other people might want, but like I said, I'm trying to really find that love back for just doing collab work with other people.
Yeah.
So I'll say nowadays I'm getting more back into it. I recently just did one, like I want to say 2 weeks ago, so that should be dropping here in like two
Mm.
weeks, something like that. So we're trying to make it back
What do
up.
you think? One of those like major things that somebody can benefit from doing those collaborative photo shoots.
Can you restate it one more time?
What is one of those things that somebody can benefit the most from doing those collaborative photo shoots?
As far as the clients or the people that be with me shooting,
Well, maybe more of the people who are shooting. Yeah.
um, I want to say because the girl that do the B test with me or whatnot, she's a journalist at the school or whatnot, so she was kind of already in
Mm.
that field. So she, I guess you could say it can help with your resume a little bit, or you could build it as into a portfolio with you. You know what I'm saying? Just to build, just in case later on in life you want to just maybe get more into that type of outlook. But as far as benefits that they don't got, I mean, I like to share sometimes. I might sometimes give them some money, or I might take them out to eat, or just anything that they might need. I make sure I take care of all my people because what I'm saying, they didn't have to be out there with me, doing those contents because sometimes it take hours. So I like to make sure that they well, nourished, like I said, food, or they either might just need some money. I just give them some money. Do that.
So, do you like the idea of boxing yourself in with titles and like telling people that you only do like one main thing?
Not necessarily because I know me primarily. I want to make sure that I can cater to anybody, so anybody can come to me for
Mm.
what could I say? Like I said, we do birthdays, we do maternity shoots, we do events, we do weddings, probably boy jewelry shoots, anything that you can imagine. Man, throw me in there. I want to do it all. You know, I'm not trying to be subject to one thing. So yeah, I want to make sure I get to where anything that I get into like mainstream wise. Yeah, throw me in there. I need it.
Do you see yourself picking up more on? Can you say you're working at Nissan currently? So you see yourself picking up more on like different things with your degree, or you see yourself more kind of like moving into bigger and better opportunities on the photography side?
Man, bigger and better opportunities on the photography side. Honestly, me just working at Nissan right now, because like we both still young. So me, honestly, I'm just trying to stack my money right now because the end goal is I want to make sure I have enough money to do what I need to do, and plus I do plan on moving to Texas hopefully here in the next 2 years. But I know when I do move out there, it's gonna open,
Okay.
open the doors to networking for real, and
Oh
just the
yeah.
scenery out there alone
Oh
is
yeah.
way bigger than Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Anything. 'Cause I feel like Mississippi, you got to know somebody to get to where you're trying to go. Because me personally, I feel like I had to break down my own doors to get to where I'm at right now, just here alone. But I know
Mm.
when I do get to a point where I can get somewhere where there's way more opportunities, I know the sky's the limit for real. And I just got to make sure I stay, steadfast on what I got to go.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
A little bit of that on this same token. Do you believe that the photography market in Mississippi is oversaturated?
Oh, that is a good question. I feel like when I first came up, I feel like when I came up, I was by myself, if that makes sense. I feel like I was one of the only upcoming photographers in my era when I first started coming up because I only used to look up to people like Benches Guy, 12 Vision, Perfect Shot. Those were the main dudes that I seen going around or whatnot. But when I, like I said, when I started building myself up, and I basically became almost at their level, I started seeing like a fluctuation of new people that I have never seen before. And what I can say now that I didn't see in the past,
Mm.
the past grade season that just happened, I done seen. I don't know. It was like it's like brand new photographers coming left to right, left to right, left to right. And I'm like, I have never seen none of you folks before, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited because people finding their passion for something that they like to do. So I'm really not mad at it at all. But it is starting to get packed out here, so it's probably
Yeah.
time for me to go ahead, move to the next thing. But I definitely do feel like I left my mark, down here for sure, for sure, for sure.
That's good. Honestly, it's something I think about every so often. Actually, besides the YouTube videos, I wanted to get into photography a little bit myself. And I started
Mm-hmm.
to do a little bit, but I think I was comparing kind of what I was doing or
Mm-hmm.
what I was going to get into to a lot of other people that I knew around me in
Right.
Starkville or here back at home and everything like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
it kind of made me fall out of it a little bit.
Right.
Um, and then just paying attention every now and again, like you said, it's a lot of people that have come out in the last couple of years, and some people who actually have a passion for it. And so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, photography for me more of like a hobby type of deal now instead of like an actual thing.
Right.
Uh, but now that's a question I think about every so often, actually. So
Because honestly, if I'm being for real, I feel like another reason why I feel like I came up in the area by myself when I was starting to come up. I feel like when you're new at something, of course, you watching videos, you on Instagram, seeing who's
hmm
doing what. I had found myself in other photographers' shadows. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, I got to do what they doing to get to
mm
where they at. But I found myself being shadowed because I'm trying to copy what somebody else doing. But when I had finally got it to my own
yeah,
lane, doing my
yeah.
own thing, that's when I started really seeing the change of becoming my own person, my own photographer, my own thing. So that's when I started seeing a different change and clientele come towards me, just actually being yourself. So that's what I realized coming up and then getting to where I'm at now.
That's a word on that one. That's
Mm,
where I'm at too. Like being
sir.
myself, doing my own thing, staying in my own lane. Like yeah,
As long as you, man,
that's
as
where it
long as you
is.
stay steadfast and consistent with it and eager to learn and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, do what you need to do, it's gonna come. It's gonna come for sure.
yeah. So we both attended RHS, original high school.
Yes,
And then you went on to Jackson State, the I love.
yes, sir.
How did your decision to attend JSU happen?
It was kind of crazy. Cause when we did graduate RHS or whatnot, my first choice was I wanted to go to USM. But the
Hmm.
reason why I thought about USM before Jake State because I honestly did not think I was gonna fit in at Jake State. But like I said, I was doing everything
Uh,
ready. So the last thing that came about was Jackson State, right? But when I actually got onto the campus and started meeting people and whatnot, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that was one of the best times I'd have never had. I'd have met a lot of people, gained a lot of connections, friendships, or whatnot, and it developed me to be this person that I am today. So you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of glad that it kind of happened like that, and because like if I did go to USM, I don't know what I'd be doing
hmm,
honestly. So I'm kind of glad that I
uh,
guess what I'm saying it was meant to happen like that. So no complaints at all. What about you?
for me to get to state, it was what state? State was my Mississippi State was my fourth option basically, and so
Mm-hmm.
my first two options were Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt, and then my third option was Alabama. I was trying to go out of state, like at all costs.
Gotta go.
I was trying to go, but as you know, Lord works in mysterious ways. So I didn't get accepted to Georgia Tech or Vanderbilt, and
Okay.
then Alabama. Um, I think I had applied to Alabama and Mississippi State around the same time, but Alabama, University of Alabama, they were a little bit slow to
Mm-hmm.
process all my stuff
Right.
and like basically tell me I was approved and everything. And so by the time they actually sent me all my official everything saying I was good to go, I
Mm-hmm.
had already registered for orientation and everything at Mississippi
Oh
State,
man.
and I had
Word.
signed up for their spring preview days. So
Mm-hmm.
in a way, it was meant to be for me to go there. So
Right. You just never know sometimes. It just kind of happens.
honestly, it was the best decision I made. Just overall, being able to go to that first summer program that I went to, the I
Mm-hmm.
can't even think of summer bridge program. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and being able to make the connections I made there, being able to make some of the friends I made there, getting a chance to see campus for real for the first time too. So I could get a feel for that before this
Mm-hmm.
that fall semester started. It was the best thing, and then being able to roll into the engineering program right away with people that I knew, and then actually it was funny enough, it was a couple of people I knew from Ridgeland and then Madison County who were in that same engineering beginner engineering course that I
Program.
was in for chemical engineering. So it all worked
Mm-hmm.
itself out how it was supposed to, basically.
Yeah. I know y'all had a lot of stuff like that. I know y'all campus real big.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like that whole summer, I probably walked the entire campus like one time just to kind of get a feel for it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because like anybody who's been up there or like they see the campus from like
Mm-hmm.
pictures or something like that, they always talk about how the campus is really big and everything. And I'm like, it ain't that big, but to me, it's a little bit small since I walked around it a whole
Right.
lot.
You done
So
seen everything. You done know all the
yeah,
quickest ways to get to this point to this point. So he's like, oh yeah,
yeah.
it's smarter than me.
Okay. When did pledging to the Sigmas come into your mind?
Oh, that's a great question. Dang, that is a good question. Like I said, man, when I first, me personally, come out of college, I did not know anything about Greek life or whatnot.
Really?
But when I
Huh.
did get to Jackson State University, yeah, I didn't know anything. So when I did get there, I started seeing all the orgs or whatnot come out and do their little thing or whatnot. I was like, okay, this, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a little different.
Yeah.
But the one thing I can definitely say that stuck out to me about my organization, because I had pledged with Alpha Beta chapter or whatnot. So the one thing that stuck out to me about them guys, they were true to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They didn't try to hide who they were.
Mm,
They didn't make you feel like they were better than you or nothing like that. So they was actually people that kind of took you in and showed you what true brotherhood was about. You know what I'm saying? So that really kind of like brought me to them, and you know what I'm saying. And they actually, brought me around to a couple things, showed me like hella love, like a lot of love. So that really stuck out to me because me personally, I'm not a person that want to, you know what I'm saying, change who I am for something. You know what I'm saying? I want to be my authentic
yeah.
self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that anybody that I ever come in contact with, they are, feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely
Mm.
made me feel welcome, and they kind of like really pushed me to them the most for real. So that's why I play as Five Better City.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
Yes,
One of the
sir.
things you said, it was something that was big for me. I didn't ever want to pledge anywhere. If I did pledge, I
Mm-hmm.
had. I know I could still do grad chapter, but
Yes, sir.
during my undergrad, I was one of the main things was like I didn't want to pledge somewhere and have to change who I was just to fit in or anything like that. And so
Mhm.
the fact that you were able to find that,
Right.
that's a big deal. I'm glad you found it.
Yes, sir. It was a blessing. It was a blessing, man, for real.
At the moment, or maybe in the beginning, uh, did you have any creative influences that were like pretty key
Mm.
in how you took some of your shots or did a little bit of your editing style?
I did. When I first started doing photography, I would watch people, but I wouldn't watch how they like their specific look. I would just watch how to do certain things as far as editing wise. But I
Mm,
would say this one dude that I had met when I first started, it was me and my homeboy. I don't know if you remember Tyron. I don't know if you remember him or not, but he had went to
yeah.
RTS with us. Yeah, him. And so me and him, we had ended up booking in Jacoby. We had ended up booking my mentor studio, right? He was my mentor at the time. And we went in there just playing around with the lights because it was our first time going to a studio ever. So we just ended up taking pictures
Mm,
and stuff like that. So when we got to certain points, we would go show him some of the pictures to see what he thought about the pictures. So when we showed him the pictures, the first picture that I showed him, he said it was trash. He said straight like that. He said it was trash. I promise. So he took my camera. I don't know what he did with it, changed settings, I don't know what not. Took the picture. Picture came out fire. So that same day, we ended up taking his Instagram before we
mm,
left because, I want to see what he was about. He was a photographer, so it was just like a networking opportunity. So I was looking on his page,
yeah.
looking at that. I'm like, okay, I kind of like this because he kind of had that vibrant, editorial looks to his page. So I kind of like that and kind of honed into that. But I want to say like a week later, in that same week, from us shooting at his studio, I hit him up. I was like, I want to learn how to do this, do that, do this. He took us in, showed us how to do a lot of stuff, and then after that, we just kind of built off what we had. So what he taught us and what we learned on the way as well. So he was like a big part of kind of making me where I'm at now. But of course, like I said, I did a lot of
Mm,
stuff, researching all that other stuff by myself. So he was one of the
yeah.
points in my life for real. Hmm.
No, you mentioned a little bit before, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years. If I have to go past what I said, like I said, I do want to move to Texas. Hopefully, by then, I can still, shoot birthdays, grad shoots, basically anything I want to. But the main thing I want to get into next is leveling up. So I want to try to get
Mm,
like higher clientele, if that makes sense. Try to get into like commercials, Maybe working with
Okay,
like
okay.
famous people. It don't matter what type of industry they in, just like somebody that is known. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once you get to that notoriety, you can start opening way more doors than where you at now. So definitely
Hmm.
trying to work with bigger people,
Oh
try to
yeah.
get my name out there a little more. That's what I'm looking forward to in the next 5 years.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
That's nice. We're hitting the home stretch now, so these questions they're kind of fun, a little thought provoking, a little bit too. They can be kind of you can kind of answer them real quick if you feel like it. But
Mm.
just for you. So the first one, what would you say is the best starter camera to pick up?
Ooh. That's- Honestly, the best starter camera that you can get is what you can afford. The best starter camera is what you can afford. Because when I first started out, right, whatever you can afford, get it, man. Start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I had got my first camera, I was a Nikon man. I started out with a, I want to say it was a Nikon
Mm,
3500 or something like that. I didn't know anything. I just know it was a cheap camera. I bought it for like $700 or something like that. So bought the camera.
yeah.
And when I did my research more, I was like, dang, I done got the wrong camera, but I'm stuck with it now. So I just took the time to like really learn that camera, learn functions of how to take pictures, what this button do, what this button do, what this button do. Just like really hone into like learning the basics. So that's what I really did with my very first camera was like learn the basics of what I did. And that same camera that I bought for $700, that was the first camera that got me that first grad shoot that went to the next level. You know what I'm saying? For me to even get to where I'm
Ah.
at now. So right now, what I currently use, I use Canons.
Hmm.
Right now, I had started with the Canon EOS R, and I recently just upgraded to an R6. So me starting out with that one camera
Okay.
brought me up to where I'm at now. And like I said, I learned all the basics on that camera.
Yeah.
So me transitioning over to a Canon, it was kind of like the same thing, basic things, but I had to learn the new functions of a Canon. So I already knew the basics. I just had to transition over from a different product. But definitely anything that you can afford at the moment is always going to be the best bet. So take what you can get, man, because you got to start somewhere.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Actually, my first one. Speaking of affording one, it was a, Canon Power Shoot, like Power Shoot S 3200 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $400.
Oh yeah.
It was like a basic DSLR,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely not something you want to record in for real. But definitely one you can afford is a good answer.
Got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
On me.
If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
I don't know if you said anything because it had froze for a sec.
Oh, okay. If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question. Younger self. If I could give my younger self advice, would my advice would be start now. With anything, like if you got an idea, start now. It don't matter if you don't have no money. If you could just start a game plan,
Mm,
do fundraiser, ask your mom for this, that, and third. What anybody that can give you something. If you got a like, for example, if I'm doing the time for a business, it can be anything music wise, like I said, anything, but we're gonna say business. If you got a business idea, I'll say start planning now. Cause why wait? You know what I'm saying? You could have been already had this set in stone, then set in stone later on in life. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So me, that would be my biggest thing to myself. Start now. Cause it's not no age limit on anything. You can start anything now. If I started photography when I was if I had a basic
Man.
thing, I'd probably say 14, 15. I would probably be in a different ball game right now. I
Oh
probably wouldn't
yeah.
even be
Oh
here right
yeah.
now. I'll probably be in Texas already. So
Yeah.
start now. That's my biggest advice I can get to anybody right now, man. Just start now. Don't start tomorrow. Start now. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you owned a library,
Hold on, let me get you back up here because somebody had called my computer. You still hear me? Yes,
yeah.
sir. Okay, I'm ready.
Hello. If you owned a library, what kind of library would it be? A music library, a regular book library,
Mhm.
or a movie slash TV show library?
I would probably say a movie slash TV library because I mean, if I had to put it in order, movie slash TV library, music library, and then a regular library. The reason why I put movie and TV show library because me, I'm big on watching like TV shows and watching movies. That's a thing. But nowadays, like the movie theaters have not been hitting on nothing. Like nothing has been coming out that I really want to watch for real. But if I can go
Yeah.
back and watch, any old movies, I definitely would. I said music second because I'm starting to get into an era where I'm starting to enjoy music. I listen to a lot of rap, but nowadays I'm listening to like a lot of more R&B than anything. So I'm starting to get more into that. And then a regular library, I'll say, just to learn anything, information. You know what I'm saying? Just to have in the back of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I put that third. Because you always want to be able to learn anything. So definitely you gotta have it in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
First person to rank them. That's nice. All right, this is the last one. Uh, Give me your top three colleges or universities that you've taken pictures of.
I haven't taken that many, but if I had to, Jack stay number one, because that's the start. That was my start. That was my
Yeah.
big start that got me to where I'm at. If I had to go second, Alcorn, I kind of like their campus. Their campus kind of cool. And third, what can I say? I was gonna say USM, but I kind of like Tougaloo. I go with Tougaloo. I go Tougaloo. I want to show love to like
Hmm.
people who show me love. So Jack State was definitely my number one.
Uh,
Alcorn second, and then I do Tougaloo third. So them my top three.
okay. Okay. I see it. I see it.
USM fourth.
Well, thank you. Okay. Fourth one. Well, I want to thank you for giving me some of your time today, man. I know some technical difficulties
Oh,
kind of
all
still
good.
are, but I appreciate you being patient, though.
Yes, sir. Of course. Of course, man. I appreciate you for having me for real, man.
But
I really enjoyed this.
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I said in the beginning, I want this to be something that's definitely a little bit challenging for the guests or whatnot, but something that's fun and intriguing to share people's
Mm.
experiences for real. So.
Ooh, we forgot one. Now thought about it. You had asked me what like some of my qualities. Oh, and
Mhm.
I had to do
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
a fifth one. I'll say that I am very open. Like if you got a concept that you want to do or
Mm.
whatnot, that you know what I'm saying, that I may not be able to do, but if I take the time to do it, I am very open to like, you know what I'm saying, try to make it happen for you. Cause I feel like if you don't push yourself, you would never, you know what I'm saying, strive to be greater than what you are right now. So I definitely say I'm very open to like learning new things. So
Mm.
you got a concept for me, just throw it at me and I'm gonna try to make it work. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought about it.
But no, man, I definitely want to thank you again. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate having your own. Give me a little bit of your time and everything, man. But this is more defined. I'll see y'all next time.
Yes, sir.